What if the maps we know are about to become obsolete, not because of war, not because of conquest, but because of water and drought? Imagine entire populations on the move, redrawing borders without a single shot fired. This isn't science fiction. It's not a distant future. It's the escalating reality of climate migration, and it's already reshaping who holds power on the world stage. Climate change is often discussed in terms of temperatures, storms, and sea levels, but its most disruptive force may be human movement. When people move, economies shift, politics destabilize, alliances change, and in a warming world, migration becomes geopolitics. Across the globe, a silent exodus is underway. In arid regions, farmland turns to dust. In low-lying coastal zones, seawater creeps into homes and fields. In megacities, heat and flooding make life increasingly unlivable. Some migrations are sudden, families fleeing floods, hurricanes, and wildfires overnight. Others are slow and almost invisible. Years of drought, soil degradation, and water scarcity quietly forcing people to leave. This is the difference between disaster displacement and slow-onset migration. And here's the problem. International law was never designed for this. Most climate migrants don't qualify as refugees. There's no war, no persecution, just an environment that can no longer sustain human life. So millions move, without legal protection, without political representation, and without a place in global systems built for a different century. When large populations move, nations feel the shock. Countries losing people face shrinking labor forces, collapsing agricultural output, weakened tax bases, and rising internal conflict. Meanwhile, destination countries face their own pressures: strained housing and infrastructure, competition for jobs and water, social tension, and political backlash. Migration becomes fuel for nationalism. Borders harden. Politics radicalize. Governments that fail to manage climate migration lose legitimacy. Those that adapt, by investing in resilience, integration, and long-term planning, gain stability and influence. In this way, climate migration acts like a stress test for states. Some crack, others consolidate power. Now zoom out, from nations to the global system. As populations move, power moves with them. Countries with stable climates, strong institutions, and adaptive infrastructure become magnets for people, talent, and capital. Those able to absorb migrants, integrate them economically, and maintain social cohesion gain long-term strategic advantage. Meanwhile, regions hit hardest by climate stress lose geopolitical weight. Their bargaining power declines. Their voices weaken in international negotiations. Even military strategy changes. Bases in vulnerable coastal zones face flooding, supply chains fracture, water security becomes a national security issue. In the future, power won't just be measured in weapons or GDP, but in climate resilience and demographic stability. Climate migration challenges the very idea of sovereignty. What happens when an entire island nation becomes uninhabitable? What happens when borders exist on maps, but not in reality? We're entering an era where borders are pressured by environmental forces, citizenship becomes contested, and territory may matter less than mobility and adaptability. The question is no longer if migration will reshape the global order, but who will shape the rules. Climate migration isn't a humanitarian side story. It's a central driver of 21st century geopolitics. It will decide which nations rise, which alliances form, and which powers fade. The world is warming, people are moving, and the future of global power is moving with them. Subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden forces shaping our world, beyond borders, beyond headlines.